I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes at 430 pounds. I said to the doctor, I said, hey, do I have to be on metformin or can I do this another way, right? And she said, well, let's try the metformin and see how it works for you. I took it in the first week. I took it maybe 3 or 4 times and it had me in the ER with gut issues. And then I said, you know what? I'm not taking this stuff anymore. And I just started doing what I call just eating balanced. You know, we've got a Peloton, we've got a rower. When I started using those things before joining KT, I bought this kettlebell off of Amazon. I remember going on YouTube and I tried to swing, you know, and do all these things. I ended up in the ER. Went to the ER because I was like, hey, like my shoulder's killing me. I can't even go to sleep. It doesn't matter how I'm moving it. And I have shoulder issues anyway. I re-aggravated my shoulder, doing the stuff wrong. I dropped 60 pounds. I didn't have the self-discipline to keep doing that without long bouts of cheating. That was something that was kind of holding me back. When I started KT, I was 392. Officially, it was 360 the other day. Now it's 358. So I've lost a couple pounds, a couple days. 35 is where I started with 2-hand swings. Now I consistently swing 124. I have a 150 that sometimes I'll finish off like the last 2 sets with 150. And I feel so good doing it. Not like sloppy, you know, out of form. Like, no, I feel like I got this. June 2023, I was 430 pounds. I had started feeling very bad, you know, physically, pre-dizzy. Like I wasn't dizzy, but I was always walking around with like a fog. I went to the ER multiple times, CT scans, your brain is fine. You know, then I started having other issues, something called costochondritis, which is like the inflammation between your rib cage and your sternum. I stayed in the hospital for 3 days. I thought I was having a heart attack. Heart disease runs in my family, both sides. Essentially what happened is I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes the week before I was getting ready to leave with my wife for our anniversary trip. I enjoyed myself to some degree, right? But I immediately in my head just started making changes. Ever since I've been doing kettlebells correctly, my shoulders are like, I don't need cortisone shots. My shoulders are rock solid. The part about my shoulders not hurting anymore was crazy to me because I'm like, why? How? Oh, stability. I'm building up the muscle, right? So when I'm doing those Turkish get-ups, this is part of what it's doing. They're functional movements. I'm a construction guy. For me, those are gonna more imitate the movements that I might have to do or might do, right? If I'm laying down on the ground and I need to, one of my kids or grab something, you know, I can do that. I'm seeing all of this stuff tying back in. Keep learning. I mean, it hasn't failed me yet, and then we're only a few months in. So how can it fail me in the long run? Yeah. I don't see how. I was always focused on getting big and bulking up. I don't really care about that anymore. I mean, it's more about being 100% healthy and functional, being able to move. All of these movements to me are just getting me to where I want to be. In my mind, my goal isn't to do a year or 6 months or whatever of the program and then just be like, all right, cool, I'm here. Haha, I look good now. No, you got to maintain it. You know, it's really becoming a way of life for me, and I love it. How much is your health worth to you? How much is your well-being, your fitness, being able to be there for your family, you know, worth to you? It's not your typical investment monetarily. You know, as a business owner, right? You know, I understand investment very well. And as somebody who invests in real estate and I buy, you know, several $100,000 worth of equipment and this and that, right? Why would I not be investing in myself? Guys, you'll go spend $30,000, $40,000 on a car that you're going to drive 4 times a year, but you're telling me you can't spend way less than that on your health, on the rest of your life, because that's what this is for me. Don't you actually want to feel better, look better, and make a long-term change? What is it going to hurt to give it a 3-6 month run? I have invested in myself and I will continue to invest in myself.